One push and they go up, or they come down. Elevators, millions use them every day, often without giving it much thought.
It was a great day. All having a great time.
You couldn't blame Sandy Soche for never forgetting March 30th, 2019. It was her son's wedding day in New Orleans.
The groom, best man, myself, a couple of groomsmen, and the photographer got in the first elevator that opened up. As soon as it closed, we got stuck.
She says it happened on the 9th floor of a downtown hotel as they headed to a photo session 2.5 hours before the ceremony. After pressing the elevator's emergency button, Soche says they tried to be cool. Here's a photo taken of Soche sitting on the elevator's floor texting.
We're in the elevator. Everybody's in a great mood. We're on a high. So we're cutting up and we're laughing and just joking around. And time is going by, and it's like 30 minutes, and they keep saying, we're working on it, 45 minutes, we're working on it. So we called the elevator company ourselves, and they said, we have no idea when we'll get to you. It will be at least another hour.
And you said what then?
Get me out. Get us out. We're missing pictures.
Soche says an hour and 20 minutes after entering the elevator, firefighters rescued them after her son sought help.
So when they told us it'd be another hour, he immediately got on his phone. Our wedding planner got on her phone on the other side of the elevator. 10 minutes, fire truck was there, and 10 minutes later, they broke open the doors and got us out.
Locked inside a metal box could be daunting for anyone. NOFD Captain Edwin Holmes joined me in an elevator to point out what not to do if trapped.
I know this sounds easier said than done, but the first thing you need to do is try to remain calm. Even as a first responder, I've been there. There's that degree of uncertainty that kicks in. You don't know what's going on, the fear of the unknown here.
Soche and her group rightly employed the emergency button.
You would want to hit the alarm, hit the call button. It goes to building maintenance, let them know what's going on. And most of your newer elevators, your high-rise hotels, things of that nature, someone's monitoring the elevator already. So they already know which elevator there's a problem with.
Still, scary thoughts may run rampant.
A lot of people may be in fear of a free fall of something. That's like the least of your concerns. That would be like getting struck by lightning twice in the same place. But there are braking systems in between each floors. There are other contingencies that are built into the elevator systems.
Experts say never attempt to break out of an elevator.
Trying to escape an elevator on your own, that's the last thing we want you to do. In fact, that's something you should never try.
Tragically, some people in other areas have been crushed by elevator doors.
There's electricity involved. There's moving parts involved.
Now there's also something else you should never ever do if you're stuck in an elevator. So I'm gonna step out to demonstrate. Never ever start jumping.
You can jolt it into moving, period. It may move just a couple of feet. We want you to stand still.
We knew, don't jump, that's going to make it worse. But we absolutely were pressing buttons. We were trying to force it open. I mean, we were doing things that he was saying not to do. But I think there just needs to be a sense of urgency amongst the places of business that if somebody gets stuck, it couldn't go south. It could have gotten worse.
The NOFD says where an elevator malfunctions is a factor in its rescues.
If it's in between floors, you have to determine where you're going to try to evacuate the passengers from above or below.
Is it rare for the NOFD to respond to people being stuck in an elevator in New Orleans or not?
It is not, especially downtown New Orleans. We have several hotels and high-rises, and this does happen, and we respond, and it's usually one of the rescue units.
Soche is happy they do.
I'm in my dress and heels, and I had to go back to the spot and get my hair and makeup done because you're in an elevator with 7 people and there's no air condition, none. So, we're all sweating.
Still, she says they got to the wedding on time.
It didn't ruin it until the pictures. And I got the pictures and I'm like, didn't get this one, didn't get this one, didn't get this one.
Try the call button first. If you're unable to contact anyone through that, Your last resort is always your cell phone to dial 911, let the responders know what's going on.
Because sometimes in elevators, things go awry. I'm Sabrina Wilson, Fox 8 Local First.